Hello and welcome everybody to today's training session, which is how to trade gold, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So during today's session, we will be going through live market analysis. We'll be discussing the Gold and Silver Club trading strategy, especially where we're seeing a breakout actually at the moment with the precious metals. We'll be creating a short list of trade ideas, answering questions, and of course also providing live support as well. So before we get into it, let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading, as internationally respected experts. Our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies, the agricultural markets, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal. Over the last 10 years, myself and my team of experts, we've trained and mentored thousands of private traders from all over the world on our exclusive research-driven strategies. For further information about the Gold and Silver Club and our services, just go to www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. Alongside that, I would also recommend do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. If you go onto YouTube, just search for the Gold and Silver Club, you'll be kept updated with all of the latest commodity news updates and our week ahead forecasts. Also, make sure you subscribe to the binary.com YouTube channel as well. That way you get kept updated with all of the latest recordings. And if you haven't done so already, to either set up a demo or a live account, just go down to the description in the binary.com YouTube channel on each of these recordings, and you can set up your account so that you're able to trade the financial markets and have a look at some of the trade ideas that we'll discuss on today's session. Okay, so let's get into it. It is great timing because gold today has broken out to 6-month highs. We're surging right now, breaking out to 1,264 US dollars per ounce. And we've been expecting this. This is known as the January effect, which we often see at this time of year. And really the key fundamental driver for that has been the FOMC statement. And it is worth being aware of that, as head of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, has more influence over the US dollar's value than any other person. His speeches are followed very closely by traders, and they present regular news trading opportunities. So what you want to be aware of is yesterday, essentially, the Federal Reserve confirmed that they're going to go ahead with less interest rate hikes than they originally intended over the course of 2019. So as opposed to 3, there's going to be 2. They're more cautious than was previously anticipated. And therefore, this is setting up, in fact, for some really good trading opportunities. So where we're at the moment, if you go back over really the last 3 years with respect to increases in interest rates, we've seen this going back to the end of 2015, 2016, and also 2017. So each year, the Federal Reserve have increased interest rates at this time of year. It has often marked a low point for gold prices, and subsequently we see this breakout to the upside. So at the moment, we're testing 6-month highs today. We're at 1265 right now, and we're seeing a very typical move after the Federal Reserve has gone ahead and increased interest rates. And then alongside that, alongside the FOMC statement and the Fed, you also want to pay attention to non-farm payrolls. Now, it's going to be a while until we have the next non-farm payrolls. It's not going to be for another couple of weeks or so until the first week of January. Non-farm payrolls is reported on the first Friday of every single month. It's very important for the Federal Reserve because it's used in order for them to really determine whether they're strong enough in terms of the economy to withstand higher interest rates. And at the moment, there's been a big change with respect to the FOMC statement, where as we went into the month of September, it was the overall consensus that the Fed would go ahead with 3 interest rate hikes as we move into the 2019 year. However, as such, right now, the Fed have only gone ahead with 2 interest, or they've confirmed 2 interest rate hikes for 2019, which is certainly more cautious than was originally anticipated. The dollar today broke down to 1-month low. So the dollar at the moment is selling off significantly. And with that, we're seeing the inverse correlation at the moment with gold breaking out. So gold's at 6-month highs. You've got the dollar at the moment trading near the 1-month low. So we're definitely seeing that inverse correlation play out at the moment with the prices. Now, the second secret to trading gold to be aware of, alongside FOMC statements, non-farm payroll, US dollar inverse correlation, is the gold to silver ratio. And this has been favoring gold a lot more than silver of late, but it's right at the extreme end right now. Anytime the gold silver ratio has got above 80 to 1 over the last 10 years, it's typically marked the low point for gold. We saw that over the summer where we reached over 85 to 1 with the gold to silver ratio. Gold and silver, they tended to bottom out over the course of the summer months, especially over August is where we saw the bottom get put in for gold prices. And really that has provided a level where we've seen prices springboard since then. So since we put in the low over the summer months, that is where we have springboarded in price, where we hit over 80 to 1 with the gold to silver ratio. So where we are poised at the moment is we've broken out to 6-month highs with gold, but we have not done so on silver yet. Silver's trading near 1-month highs. Platinum is still right at the lower end of the Keltner channels, and I'll have a look at those with you very shortly on the charts, just so I give you a bit of a sense of where we are poised at the moment and what some of the trade opportunities are where we are at right now. Gold silver ratio has since broken down since it reached the 85 to 1 level. The third secret to trading gold, well, in my opinion, that's really about research driven trading. So you need to understand that the best performing months of the year typically for gold are December, January and February. We also, the summer months can be reasonable, but it tends to be December, January and February. So from a cyclical point of view, we're very interested in establishing long positions around this time of year, particularly once you get past the FOMC statement, which is mid-December, and really from here onwards is where we look for that significant move to the upside, and we're looking for more follow through here in the weeks to come, especially as we go into January and February. So if you have a look at my percentages here, typically January can be a stellar month. December, the reason you don't see such a strong percentage in December is because the first couple of weeks of December are normally bearish, and it's the last couple of weeks which are bullish, which is where we're moving into at the moment, this bullish phase for gold prices. And then the expectation is we'll continue to follow through into January, which is very typically a very strong month for gold, and then into February as well. So that's the anticipation that this time of year is really perfect to look for that seasonal play. And what you often see is the rally here, which meets into some resistance and a sell-off as we get towards the end of January into February. And then we get support again for gold prices as we start to, we find resistance around that time of year, but you find support again as you move into the summer months. Normally gold bottoms out twice a year, tends to reach lows in mid-December where we are at the moment, rallies from there, and also either around July or August, which is what we did in 2018, where we bottomed in price around the peak of the trade war tension. So it's understanding research-driven trading. Hedge funds and money managers, they turn to net long positions, and that was essentially occurring at the start of this week. We saw a big shift from hedge funds and money managers being net short. They switched into being net long with respect to the precious metals, and that of course lent into quite a sizable move that we've seen so far this week from 1235 up to 1265. It's been over a 300-point move so far. So it's important to be aware of the commitment of traders data and how that does impact the prices. And the fourth secret to trading gold is being aware of breakout points. So you've got V-shaped reversals, which we're seeing at the moment for gold prices. We're breaking above the neckline as we're coming into a major level of resistance where we could really start to see some decent follow through. And you want to look out for that in terms of a strategy point of view. V-shape breakouts to the downside, they often signal points where you want to be selling into the market, and V-shaped reversal patterns to the upside, they signify levels that you want to be entering into breakouts, which we're seeing multiple moves like that at the moment. And then the fifth secret to trading gold, really, and the metals in general, is just diversifying your portfolio. So at the moment, you've got really the choice at this time of year from a seasonal point of view of getting into gold, silver or platinum. Commodity currencies, you can look at New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar. Energies, of course, you can look at natural gas and oil, and cryptocurrencies, they're booming this week as well. Bitcoin's up over 25%. In fact, for those of you who missed it yesterday, I would highly recommend you go back and watch the cryptocurrency trading that we did, because a lot of the targets we discussed yesterday have already been hit. So we talked about trade ideas on Litecoin, on Bitcoin Cash, and a lot of the levels that we looked at next for target points have already been hit today. We've seen quite an extreme breakout Bitcoin Cash is now up over 140% over the month of December. We've seen Litecoin up 35% over this week. Bitcoin is now up 25% this week. It's climbed from 3,100 above 4,100. There's been some very significant moves. You're basically seeing safe haven bids right now as global stock markets, they're selling off, moving into bear markets. You're getting safe havens get bid up, such as gold, silver, at the moment, and so are cryptos. So it's great timing to be on this session, guys. So tomorrow we'll be going through this in more detail as well in terms of real-time news and what we're seeing with sentiment, but I will go through it with you now as well, the narratives we're seeing in the market and some of the trade opportunities that we see setting up right now as well. So again, from a 5 secrets to trading gold point of view, in summary, what you want to do is you want to know when to trade high probability news. That includes exactly what we had yesterday, the FOMC statement. Number 2, you want to understand the gold to silver ratio, where it's recently reached 10-year highs, which tends to mark a low point for gold and silver prices where they rebound. Research driven trading, so keep an eye on seasonality, cycles, where we're moving into a bullish time of year, and commitment to traders data, where hedge funds and money managers have turned to net long. Number 4 is identifying buy and sell opportunities. That comes to breakout points, which I'll show you in the chart. And number 5 is just having a well diversified portfolio. Okay, so it's really a combination of all of those which will give you your edge in the market. So with that, what we'll do, I'll bring you over to my excuse me, I'll bring you over to my charts, and you should be able to see those very shortly. Okay, so we're on gold there. First of all, what I'll do, I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown, just quickly check you can hear me okay and you can see my screen okay. Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Reese. Right, so let's just give you the rundown of where we're at the moment. So basically, gold has jumped over 1.6% today, boosted by crumbling US dollar, which broke down to 1-month lows. And we've also seen sliding stock markets, prompting an influx into safe havens after the US Federal Reserve monetary policy stance raised concerns about slowing global growth. Okay, so that's really what we're seeing at the moment. The main play right now, if I just bring this over, we'll have a look at the biggest movers at the moment. Okay, so gold right now is up about 1.5% on the day. It's leading. Second is platinum, which is up 1% on the day at the moment as well. So you've got gold trading at $1,263, full on breaking out right now. And then you've got silver, actually, which is up 1.26% on the day. It's on the brink, I think, of breaking out, and platinum. So basically all the metals are catching a bid right now. So if I was going to go for the leader, I'd say it is gold, and what is lagging is platinum. That said, I think platinum has a lot of catching up to do here. If it can pick up some momentum, break above some of its resistance, it could have a decent move higher. But definitely gold is leading this move with a breakout to 6-month highs right now. Silver is almost there. If silver can break above the 1490 level, that could have quite a sizable breakout. Might be later on today or tomorrow. And then you've got platinum as well. So I'm really watching out for this potential move to the upside with platinum at the moment too, where it's on the verge of breaking out above a lot of this consolidation. So I'm looking out to see whether we will be able to break out with platinum too. Platinum is very oversold at the moment. So basically everything that you would expect to happen after an FOMC statement where they increase interest rates like this, but they're more cautious about next year, is happening in the markets. Okay, I also mentioned on a number of previous occasions where this time of year Euro is the strongest of the currencies. Euro is the strongest right now. I mentioned trade ideas last week where you might want to look at Euro New Zealand dollar for a swing trade. That's absolutely playing out at the moment. Euro Australian dollar as well, which is flying right now. The anticipation is Euro will be the strongest performing currency between now and the end of December. Therefore, currency crosses like Euro New Zealand dollar, Euro Australian dollar, Euro pound, they should all perform quite well. But my preference is Euro New Zealand dollar and Euro Australian dollar, and also going directly long the Euro, which have been long over the course of this week. So I would look at the potential to capitalize on those moves over this period. New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar, they probably will catch a bit of a bid with commodities going up like this, but they don't perform as well as the euro at this time of year. And then if we look at the Nasdaq is selling off, tanking at the moment, actually moving into bear market territory right now. So we've had quite significant moves here in the markets. We've certainly seen some sizable moves. I mean, gold here is actually full on breaking out right now. So with that really marries up with the narratives that we're seeing in the market at the moment. So 1263, gold will probably hit 1265 before finding some degree of resistance from the current points where it is at the moment. we'll move over and just talk you through what we're looking at with the foreign exchange markets at the moment. So the dollar is tumbling to 1 month lows on US rate outlook, growth concerns as well. So this is all playing into what you would expect at this time of year. So from a probability point of view and for getting an edge in the markets, this, in my opinion, is what it does take. Everything I've gone through in order to get your edge in the markets, just understanding what happens time and time again each year from a cyclical point of view, what we're seeing from a trading point of view. So if you're looking at this from an execution point of view, what I show you is a weekly chart. Let's bring on gold. Gold, basically, I really like the weekly chart here. You've got the full-on V-shaped reversal. It's breaking above the weekly highs here. You're at 1263 now. That's likely to move up to about the 1265 zone. I really like gold on the weekly there. Each time we've seen this going back to the January fetch, you see it going back to January 2017 on the weekly V-shaped reversal pattern breakout. We're in the weekly at the moment, breaking out with gold. We saw the same move going back to summer of July and then back to the January fetch to 2017. It's playing out perfectly in terms of what you want to see at the moment. And it's really only the start of the move. The move only really gets going right after the FOMC statement. So in my opinion, this is just the beginning. So there's going to be likely a lot more upside. Silver hasn't even broken above the 1 month highs yet. So we're only getting going on this right now. And if you're watching this as a recording, so if you're watching it in a few days time or a week's time, checking on the price, we're basically right now, gold is at 1263. Check where it is when you're watching the recording. Silver right now is at 1477. It probably won't stay under $15 for too long. And then platinum is next here. So platinum's building up on the weekly, although actually gold's still leading, but I still like platinum from an undervalued point of view, especially on the daily. We're on the verge of breaking above a lot of this resistance at the moment. You've got quite a nice channel which is on the verge of getting broken out from at the moment with platinum. So we could have a fairly sizable move. Platinum, once it gets going, can be quite a big mover. And you've got that nice pennant formation on platinum right now. So I would keep an eye on platinum for a potential breakout move there as well. But gold is definitely leading. So gold is very much in play at the moment. That is leading the move. And so that's really what I wanted to show you, I guess, with respect to the main plays at the moment in the market. The expectation for gold to break out at this time of year. I'll see if we can look at any other points of confidence. Monthly chart looks really solid for gold here. You can see it's only really just getting going, breaking above 1264 at the moment. That has the potential for quite a lot of more upside, I would say, over the course of this month. Silver, let's go over to silver monthly chart. I mean, silver's on the verge of breaking out as well. If it can break above a lot of this resistance, break above 1490, we should be up and running with silver. And platinum, of course, as well, is developing some degree of a hammer there, although it's not as bullish right now as gold is at the moment. Palladium has also had a stellar performance. Palladium's trading at the all-time highs at the moment. So what I'll do, I'll just have a quickly, I'll go through some of the other correlations, see if there's anything else which is just worth you having on the radar. So that's platinum, that's the euro. The pound at the moment is developing a bit of support. Actually, it's catching a bid today off the back of US dollar weakness. US dollar Swiss franc has been back in filling quite a lot. Pound New Zealand dollar is another one to have a look at if we do continue to see this breakout against the New Zealand dollar. I would keep that on the radar so that you've got that as well. What else was looking good? Euro Australian dollar, you'd expect that to perform well. Euro New Zealand dollar is picking up some good momentum. New Zealand dollar Japanese yen continues to break down there. Crude oil still looking really weak at the moment. Wouldn't touch that for now. I would leave that. It's really the metals that should be in play now. Yeah, a lot of these momentum moves are picking up the pace. Euro Swiss franc is on the verge of breaking out. And the S&P 500, very significant sell-off again today. Global equities look awful at the moment. So normally this time of year, you get the Santa rally. And because we're not seeing that, a lot more capital is flowing into cryptos, which is broken above 4,000 today. And it's flowing into gold, silver, platinum. So I was talking about this on our live trading room actually just today. And you have to imagine you're a money manager, right? You work for a bank or you're managing a portfolio. Imagine that a lot of your portfolio is in equities, right? So if you've got a lot in the S&P 500 or it might be in UK stocks and so on, they're moving into a bear market at the moment. They're absolutely getting hammered is probably the best way to put it at the moment. So with the sell-off that we're seeing right now, so if we just take that out to the weekly chart, it's given up the gains here from all of this year in 2018. The S&P is all the way back down to the September 2017 lows. if you're looking for somewhere to put your capital and you're managing a fund, or you're just looking to diversify your portfolio, and you can see, maybe this year we're not going to see a Santa rally, you do need to be looking at, what would you look at? I'd definitely look at platinum, which is still very undervalued. I would look at silver, which is on the brink of a breakout. Gold, which we've got into multiple positions on this now, but we can see it's on the brink of breaking out. It makes sense, right, to actually apply some logic to what is happening right now within the global markets. And the US dollar isn't looking too good either. US dollar is tanking at the moment as well. It's looking really vulnerable to more downside. So it's a perfect storm, in my opinion, for precious metals and crypto to do really well at these levels. I mean, this is almost at 1265 now for gold. So probably platinum is going to break out soon, and gold as well. Again, coming back to what I mentioned yesterday on the actual the webinar, I've timed this webinar very specifically to talk to you about gold because it's after the FOMC statement, which we had yesterday, and it's very high probability that we would see these sort of moves on today's webinar. So basically, gold's breaking out, silver's on the verge of breaking out, platinum I'd say is undervalued, cryptos are doing really well. We did the webinar yesterday, we discussed the trade opportunities. A lot of those trade ideas are delivered already. So I hope that helps, guys. I hope that gives you a bit of value on today's session. Feel free to go back and rewatch the video. If you haven't got an account set up already, there's an opportunity for you to do so via the links that will be provided on the recording of this. And also, if you'd like to be kept updated real time during the course of the sessions that we're doing at the Gold and Silver Club throughout the Christmas holidays, there is an opportunity for you to join us as well at the Gold and Silver Club. So very simply, in order to do so, you want to go to www.jointhelivetradingroom.com, click on the link and make an application, and we will get in touch with you ASAP. By being a client of the Gold and Silver Club, you'll get access to the following. So you get exclusive live trading room webinars, real-time trade alerts, you get trading research and market insights, private members academy website, and access to support and one-to-one mentoring by being a client of the Gold and Silver Club. So the link is there, www.jointhelivetradingroom.com. And what we'll do, guys, we'll check in again tomorrow. So we'll catch you back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock London time for the Commodities Corner. Great to see you guys on here on today's session. Thanks again to Charisse and the team at binary.com for hosting today's recording and today's session, and we'll catch you back here for the next one. So all the best, guys, and bye for now.